So we have a construction update on the yet-to-be-named Star Wars Hotel, which is currently being built over at Walt Disney World. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to dive into all of that up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack, and this is of course DSNY Newscast, but back in the studio. And first of all, I just want to say sorry to everybody who was expecting a video yesterday, but I was travelling back to the UK Monday night and Tuesday morning, so I was a little bit jet lagged, so I didn't release a video. And also the reason why this video is coming out on Wednesday is because obviously tomorrow is the 4th of July. So happy Independence Day to all my American viewers out there, but don't worry, I'll be going back to the Tuesday and Thursday upload schedule next week. So with all that out of the way, now let's get into the news. As we've been tracking the developments for the Star Wars Hotel that's coming to Walt Disney World for quite a while here on DSNY Newscast. And for the longest time after the official announcement at D23 Expo in 2017, all we received were these concept renderings and live concept art of what would eventually be built. However, throughout all of this time that elapsed from August of 2017 until early 2019, we only saw land clearing, grading and site preparation for the beginning of construction, as the location where the hotel is being constructed was previously unused green space. But now that's all changed, as the Star Wars Hotel has officially gone vertical, and we can see some incredible progress has been made toward its tentative 2021-2022 opening timeframe. As in a previous newscast back in late November, we covered these permits for the layout of the hotel, which we can now see coming to fruition in these great aerial images by BioReconstruct over on Twitter, with the overall footprint of the resort now being constructed, with this section eventually becoming home to most of the immersive activity based rooms, and this long section here being the guest cabins. Now this entire project has been described by Disney themselves as sort of a Disney Cruise Line ship on land, and from these great images it certainly does resemble a similar layout, with its unusually long expanse that doesn't really reflect the design of most Disney hotels. But the reason for this is because most of the structure will be hidden behind a forested tree line and won't be easily visible from guest areas, and thus I wouldn't expect to see any exterior theming or architectural flourishes added to this Star Wars hotel, unlike what's seen with the Disney Vacation Club Riviera Resort or the new Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs, that are sort of simplistic yet extremely effective in their design choices. However, where this really gets interesting is when we look at these ground level construction photos that I captured this past week, as it gives us a great understanding of the size of each one of these guest cabins. As don't forget, these rooms won't be having traditional windows to the outside, but instead digital windows out into space. And also, importantly, up until now it wasn't clear how many floors that this hotel would exactly have, but it seems that it will be at least a 3-story tall building, with most likely 2 floors designated to guest rooms. So this Star Wars resort won't have the most availability, but it will definitely have plenty of space for ultra immersive storytelling, with rooms such as the Brig, the Dojo, and of course the Cantina and sit-down restaurant. But overall, we're most certainly going to get more details about what exactly this hotel is going to offer at D23 Expo at the end of August, which we'll be covering extensively here on DSNY Newscast. But now let's move our focus on over to Epcot's Future World, as sort of a kind of a follow-up to a video that we posted on June the 14th from within Epcot all about Future World. As now, Walt Disney World's official website has confirmed some of the closure periods and dates for much of the Interventions East and West buildings. So on September 8th, Epcot's character spot will close, with Mickey and Goofy moving on over to the Imagination Pavilion in Imageworks, where Ralph and Vanellope are currently meeting. Minnie Mouse will move over to the World Showcase Gazebo, and Daisy Duck will meet within the American Adventure building. However, Disney has not yet announced where the Joy, Sadness and Baymax meet and greets will be relocated. Now also closing on September 8th is Interventions East, and also the Fountain of Nations as well. And when I say September 8th, that is to say that September 7th will be the last normal day of operation before it officially closes on the day following. Then sometime within fall of this year, Starbucks at Fountain View and Club Cool will both close. However, Starbucks will get a temporary location somewhere within Epcot and will eventually find a brand new home within the transformational changes of Future World. And Disney have confirmed that Club Cool will be included as part of an existing location, with a logical guess here being that it will be part of a completely new dining offering that will replace Electric Umbrella, as that is also currently hosted by Coca-Cola, or maybe it will move on over to Disney Springs as part of the Coca-Cola store. But anyways, that's not all, as Pin Central will be removed and it will be receiving a new location within the camera center that's under Spaceship Earth. And then in winter of 2019, which could range from late 2019 into early 2020, Mouse Gear and Electric Umbrella will both close for extensive renovations. That will see Mouse Gear completely reimagined whilst it's temporarily being relocated, and Electric Umbrella will become an all-new dining venue. Now, as for the reason why Disney are closing so much of Future World, it's because this whole central area is a massive part of the transformational changes coming to Epcot within the coming years. And despite it being kind of bittersweet seeing the removal of much of these iconic parts of Future World, it's also fairly exciting to see that Disney are working on new ways to enhance the overall Epcot experience. As yes, there's a lot of nostalgia that goes with that 1980s Epcot aesthetic, but it also looks kind of out of date with modern design when this place is meant to be called Future World. And whilst we're talking about upcoming Epcot changes, the west side of Leave a Legacy has now been completely removed from the entranceway. And despite only being a stopgap between the removal and also the new entrance area changes coming in, it does look pretty fantastic at night, with all of those spotlights now sparkling like stars beneath Spaceship Earth. But I expect Disney to remove the east side of Leave a Legacy and then leave the entranceway as it is for a little while, as I don't think that Disney will want to do major entrance area work whilst the Food and Wine Festival is taking place. So most likely we're looking at early 2020 for the beginning of the entrance area changes. And lastly for today, we have some movie news regarding The Lion King, as Disney released this all new footage, images and featurettes of some of the songs that will be featured within Jon Favreau's retelling of The Lion King, that is going to be roaring its way into theatres on July 19th. And after hearing the music and seeing more of the stunning vistas within the movie, I can now say that I'm firmly on board with this remake, as in many ways it seems as if the main purpose of this remake is to tell the story in the most technologically advanced animation medium, which they could have never achieved back in 1994, but definitely would have wanted to, as a tale like The Lion King has such scale and scope that it can only realistically be captured with this ultra photorealistic CGI. And it seems that I'm not the only one who's eagerly awaiting the release of this movie, as Fandango have reported that The Lion King has now broken pre-sale ticket records for family movies, with it being ranked just behind that of Avengers Endgame, that had a PG-13 rating. So it will certainly be interesting to see how much money that this remake will pull in, as collectively so far all of the Disney live-action remakes have accumulated just over $6 billion, which if you think about it, Disney's Aladdin pulling in $878 million worldwide, it's a good indication to Disney to what they should be investing in within the Disney parks as they look toward future projects. And I would personally love to see more Lion King and Jungle Book representation. And considering we're talking about live action remakes, Disney has only just confirmed today that a reimagining of The Little Mermaid is indeed in development, with it speculated to have Mary Poppins Returns director Rob Marshall set to direct, alongside Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda set to write new music for the remake, in addition to the iconic score from the animated classic. But today Disney announced that Halle Bailey from ABC's Grownish, which is a spin-off to the series of Blackish, has been cast as Ariel for this movie. And it seems that Disney are taking the musicality aspect of this remake very seriously, as Halle Bailey has an incredible voice, which you definitely need if you're going to play one of the most iconic characters known for their amazing voice. However, at this time we don't have a release window for this movie, but we'll most likely be learning an awful lot more about this remake at D23 Expo at the end of August. But now, it's over to you, the Walston, as I would like to know, out of all of the Disney live action remakes that they've made so far, which would you like to see represented even more within the Disney parks? And that could either be with an attraction or a show, and also where would you locate it? And of course, don't forget to put a timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment, to be in with a chance to win one of these official DSNY Newscast enamel pins. And congratulations to this Walt Disney here for winning this suggestion from a previous video where we were talking all about the upcoming Toy Story restaurant that's coming to Toy Story Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And so that's it for today, so go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel, hit that notification icon so therefore you always receive an update when we release these videos, usually on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And also, if you've enjoyed today's video, give this video a massive thumbs up as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.